Oh wow, I wonder if he's going to play. Arriving at the same time as the organ player, just hearing that, this has been the icing on the cake. What a great way to finish the ride today. What a great way to finish the church's part of the ride today. Anyway, we've still got to find somewhere to camp. Okay, let's go camping. You can see it's 25 to 5. That road can get quite busy, so it's just about to drop back down and then grind up as I head towards my campsite. And I think to cut a corner off, there's some off-road, and some of that hill I can pavement it up, so I'm not having traffic queuing up behind me. But I am quite keen to get there now actually. Well, getting up that lane was actually quite easy because I was wind assisted. It was a bit blustery going downhill actually. I thought it would be hard getting back up, but it wasn't. Now I've just turned on to Bellamy's Lane, and I do know I've got some rough stuff coming up, but according to my Garmin I've got 1.4 miles to go to this campsite, so it's round here somewhere. Oh, just hoping I can get in actually, I really do fancy it. That last church was absolutely fantastic, really, really was. I'm really looking forward to camping now. Ah, there's my rough stuff down there. So again, the wonders of GPS. That was that busy road I was on, running along there. I turned left off it down here. It finishes at this farm entrance, but my route's taking me here along this public bridleway. It's roller straight. There's a couple of walkers along there with a dog. Right, let's get going. It's fairly compact. Not sure if I want to come along here after a lot of rain. That's what I like about this bike. You can just try things out like this on this bike and know it's probably going to be okay. Whenever I see stony bridleways like this, I sometimes wonder, could this have been an old Roman road? Oh, looks like they're pulling in for me. Hello. Thanks. It's a great way to finish off the ride. So according to my Garmin, I've got 1.1 miles to go. Now I remember from the planning, this just cuts off a corner of that main road. So this is a nice way to home in on the campsite. That sun is so strong on the back of my neck. I've got some sun cream and I've already put some on, just so my neck doesn't burn. And it looks like we may be coming up to a road. I can see one of the Garmins is pointing off to the left, quite a sharp turn. I wonder if that's the intersection of the road. A lot of horse droppings along here. It looks a well-trodden path. Oh yeah. I think we're about to just suddenly hit tarmac here. Looks like the end of somebody's driveway. And voila, just like that, we come on to hardcore, and then tarmac. Yes, really you could avoid this if you don't like rough stuff. Just go a bit further along that lane. I'm sure there'd have been a left-hand turning, which is what we're about to join here. We're going left, and then less than a mile to go to the campsite. .8, and somewhere along here is Park Farm Campsite. It looks really, really nice. They supply fire pits and firewood. For an extra tenner, you can have some wood in your own fire pit. Then I can see we're coming to the end of our track. Looks like there's a sharp left going off. I think this is the farm we're coming up to. Sharp left-hand turn. Let's see. Well, there's a farm here. And the same with the churches, I've said it before, I always take a bit of care in the planning stage at home to make sure the end of my track ends up in a Travelodge car park or a youth hostel or a campsite, and that's what I've done here. I street viewed it as accurately as possible, and have tried to finish the track at the campsite, because experience has taught me at the end of a long day you don't really want to be thinking too much. You're probably tired, it could be wet and raining, you just want to get there. So by all accounts, just round this corner somewhere, because I can literally see me coming to the end of a straight line. Looks like there's a fire hydrant there. That looks promising. And a sign. Yes, this is, it's a bin. Right, let's give this a go. Park Farm Campsite. See what it says. Wild inspired back to nature camping with a touch of luxury. We are family friendly, dog friendly, camper van friendly campsite. Sauna this way. Right. Oh, that's really nice. I just rang up, I spoke to Zoe. She said, yeah, just go in, help yourself. I'm going to come down sometime after 5:30. I'll just wander around, find you, take payment. Said you can either camp in the big field or there's a small field down by the sauna. That sounds great. Right, let's go in and have a look. Oh, I'm so chuffed to be camping here. This looks really, really nice. Wow. Exactly what I like, just basic toilets and showers, washing area. She said something about a small field down by the sauna. Yeah, I think this will suit me quite well actually. Fire pits there, look. This will do me absolutely fine. Okay, it's about 5:15. I'm at Park Farm campsite. It's the one I wanted to camp at. I got to the gate, I just rang the number there. She said, yeah, that's fine. She told me there's 2 fields, a big one up there and then this smaller one near the sauna, which is what I wanted really. So I've parked myself there. Well, the shower was fantastic. Got my big bath towel with me. There's my tent all set out, chair ready to face the sunset, and I pitched here because hopefully I'll get the benefit of the sunrise tomorrow morning. There's like a glamping area there, but I've got to show you around this site. It's actually really good. So this is what she called the quieter sauna field. So let's have a stroll around here without invading people's privacy. I'll try and show you around. So I've been going up these like little steps all day, so you can see I'm up on a ridge here. The lady that came down, who runs the campsite, Zoe, she was saying to me, if you come far, just telling her about my trip. I said the Athelstan Pilgrim way. She said, oh yeah. I said, have you heard of it? She sort of said, well, we go to Brinkworth Church. My father-in-law plays the organ there. I said, oh, that's the last church I went to. There was someone playing the organ in there when I was there. It's a fantastic way to finish the day off. She said, oh, that might well have been my father-in-law. So that was really nice. This is the sauna. I've got to show you this. Never seen a sauna on a campsite before. I stayed in a youth hostel once in California that had a hot tub outside. See that? There's a big solar farm down there. There's the sauna area. That looks really nice. There it is, look. And a cold bath, chilling out area, lockers. Always shower over the bath, look. Oh yeah, right. And this is up into the main field. I just wanted it to be a bit quieter actually. I would have found a pitch there, but type of person who don't really want too many people around me. I've got to show you this, right by the play area. This signpost here. So it tells you there, Brinkworth, where the last church was, 3.7 miles. Malmesbury, 8.8. Camping in here, that way. But look at that, washing up area. And sunrise, sunset. Helps you pitch your tent. That's great. Yeah, just toilets, shower, little utility area. So that's a little minor road I came in on. It's quite reassuring when I saw that red box there. It tells you everything you need to know just outside. Wow, look at that view down there, sunrise. This is the big field. See, it's quite busy for Friday night. Really well thought out. The showers are fantastic. Actually, you can tell it's been designed by somebody who goes camping. There was hooks exactly where you wanted them and a little tray where you wanted them. So often you go in campsite showers and you're struggling to find where to put your clothes and your towels and soap and everything. As I said, really well thought out. Basic but good. I can see there's people in the sauna through that glass door, smoked. Wonder if there's a window on the other side. That's a fantastic view, overlooking this hillside down to the fields, hedgerows. That really big solar farm over there. That's going to look nice lit up at night. That looks like some pews from a church actually, in the locker shelter there. As I said, so nice this campsite, really well thought out. So I'm pretty much running what I'm going to be taking on my cycle tour in a couple of weeks' time. So this is kind of like a dry run, just to iron out any issues. So I've got my Trangia Mini, which I've just lit. I've got a bag of rice here. So when I go, however many nights I'm away, I'll have a bag of rice or pasta tucked away. Just going to have a chili con carne tonight, tin of chili con carne and rice. And I've got a few Wayfarers meals, so I've got a chocolate pudding if I feel like a dessert afterwards, and there's a boil in the bag all day breakfast tomorrow morning. I've even got some ketchups by Wetherspoons, sweeteners for my coffee in the morning, and there's condensed orange squash. I don't fancy alcohol tonight, so I'm just going to drink squash. I really do find that thirst quenching after a long ride. So I'm letting the flame bloom up, put the rice in the pan, boil that up for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then have the chili con carne. Earlier on the previous video at the start of this morning's ride, I did say I've had a bit of a hiatus, so I'll explain why. I rode 100km Audax from Bristol, which is fantastic. Riding there and back took it up to about 100 miles, and then I had 10 days in Blackpool with my wife. It was just a non-YouTube video, that's just me and Linda's time, and I drunk every single night, I think, bar one. Not excessively, but it was consistently, so I just want 10 or 11 days off alcohol really to dry myself out. And the lady's just come in with my change. Hello again.
£5 for you.
Oh, thanks. That was Zoe, one half of the owners. She just came back and gave me £5 change. So online it said it was £20. I thought, I'm on holiday, I don't care how much it costs. She sort of said to me, oh no, we charge 15 for single solo cyclist. I said I've only got 20 or 10. She said, oh, just make it 10. I thought, no, take the 20, I don't mind. She said, I'll come and find you and give you £5 change, which is what she's just done. So it's £15 here, and the shower was absolutely fantastic. I think the flames bloomed up, so it's time to get some rice on. So I've just put my rice on. These are just cheap Vango pans, steel. I chuck them out every couple of years. The lining starts coming off them, the non-stick coating, and I've just got a basic windshield there. I'm on my, what's it called? FE Active fold-up chair. The canvas bag that comes in is so spacious. I actually put all my tent poles in there, pegs, quite a lot of other things as well, the pump for the air mat. So it's got that dead space, you might as well use it, and then it just allows me to scrunch down the tent in a stuffed sack. And the tent is my Vango Banshee 200. It's the one I nearly always use. I'm not one of these people with a billion tents, every video is a new tent. Anyway, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the moment, give my wife a call shortly. 7 PM, and there's my tea. Boiled some rice, drained it, poured in a tin of chili con carne, then decanted it on a plate. I don't eat out of bowls if I can help it, and I certainly don't talk with my mouth full, so I'm going to scoff that and I'll speak to you later. I won't be talking to you while I'm eating. What a lovely place to chill out and have my tea. Smell of barbecues everywhere. Still light, but it's starting to cool down now. I'm thinking about a pudding, so I got one of these Wayfarers chocolate puddings, boiled in the bag. So just scrunch it up like that, force it down into the pan, just make sure it's covered with water, bring it to the boil, boil it for 8 minutes, take it out, leave it to stand. I said before, somehow it just magically drains itself. Tear the preparation, eat it out the bag with a long handled spoon. So in about 10-15 minutes I'm going to put that on, I think. Have chocolate pudding just as it starts to get dark. Just gone 8 PM. There's my pudding boiling away. And I've set the timer 8 minutes. That'll be hot. Take it out the pot, leave it to stand for a minute, tear it, and then eat it out the bag with this long handled spoon. Chocolate pudding, but it's a really nice meal. Chocolate sauce and chocolate pudding, really spongy and tasty. 9:15, still very warm out. Lovely sun setting over there, and this gate gives a great view actually. You can see there used to be a washing up unit here, sink, taps by the look of it. This is a lovely view. Just sums up the geography of today really. A lot of it was flat, but then there was times where you were changing elevation gradually on these little ridges like here. You can see it goes down, then there's a higher one up there. I think that's what I was on earlier on actually. Loving this though, just as the sun goes down. Nice and quiet in this field, just a couple of families having barbecues and marshmallows and that. The other field's quite busy actually. I'm glad I came here. Lovely sky, starting to turn pink and red though. So sunset was over there, so I'm hoping I'll get the sunrise in the morning. Whether I've worked that out right or not, I don't know. I'm hoping it'll warm up the tent in the morning. There's no rush to get up and go anyway. I will head back roughly the way I came without the deviation to the churches, but I am going to detour down to Kellaway's just to see if I can get in there and get the stamp, being a Saturday. Who knows? If not, I'm going to have to ring up the office and arrange for someone to meet me there, or even get some information on how to gain access. Maybe there might be a key holder nearby. The chair upside down for the night, bike over there, mobile washing line, guide it out and put a lock through it. Big glamping area, look, table and chairs. Wow, beautiful evening. So I've got my German Army ground sheet as a kind of carpet really, just to protect my feet as I walk in and I get out. Got my head torch ready. It's a Van Gogh Banshee 200 side entrance tent, so I can get in this side or out the other side. And I've got my Softy 3 snug pack sleeping bag. I've had that about 25 years. Got that in the early 2000s. I'm just happy just lying here thinking back through the day. Actually, the day's been fantastic. And I was hoping to get on this campsite. I'd read it was good. It was convenient more than anything. It was literally about 2.5 miles from the last church. So it's worked out really, really well, but I would highly recommend this site. £20 a night for a tent and a car. Whether the motor vans cost more or not, I don't know, but as I said, she said to me £15, so, and that includes the shower as well. The toilets, there's no flush, it's sawdust, which is quite nice, composting toilets. So I think £15 is, I'm happy with that. I'd have been happy paying 20, to be honest. I certainly wasn't going to try and get away with 10. I'd rather give her the 20, but she was good enough to come back and give me the 5. She was ever so nice as well. Anyway, just going to lie here. I've got a time lapse going over there. It's probably got about another hour to go, so I'll put it on screen now. coming up to 10 p.m. It's getting quite dark. Been lying on my ground sheet actually, just looking up at the sky, watching planes go over. Whether they're heading towards Heathrow Airport or not, I don't know, whether there's a closer airport, but they seem to be coming in quite low, several at a time. And then all these swallows started flying around. I thought it was bats at first, but it wasn't, it was swallows. Absolutely lovely evening here actually. My meal was fantastic, and then I had the chocolate pudding about an hour later. That went down really well. It's been a fantastic night's camping, so I'm going to hit the haze shortly, so I'll say good night, see you in the morning. Hello, good morning. Just gone 7 a.m. on Saturday. Had a really lovely night here last night. As it got dark, everything just lit up, and there's barbecues and fires going, and there was some lights, LED lights all around the sauna. It's just wonderful here last night. I had a wander around with my camera taking pictures. Then I just lied there for a couple of hours as it got dark. Tried to do some time lapses, I'm not sure how well they came out. And then all these swallows started flying through the tree at a tremendous rate. It was just wonderful lying on my back watching that. Been up about 20 minutes, just walked over to the shower blocks and the loos. No flush on the loos, there's a bucket with some sand and a scoop in, you get the idea. The little utility area is really nice. It's got basic washing up facilities, got hand soaps, and there's notice board there with lots of information. There's a big OS map out with all the local places of interest, and there's even a leaflet there about the Athelstan Pilgrim way. So it's just so well thought out, this, it really, really is. And there's a book exchange, that sort of thing. It's just lovely. I can't recommend this place highly enough, and for a cyclist it's £15. I mean, what's not to like? I've just put the army ground sheet out as a bit of a carpet, and that'll be used for packing up most things up my sleeping bag and my sleep mat shortly. I'm just about to put the kettle on for some coffee. I've got my Transium Mini there on a little raised platform for the pot. What I find with Transias is it's not always easy to get the flame lit. You can't tell whether it's lit until it really blooms up. But these lighters, Linda picked me up one of these from our local hardware shop, and they're absolutely ideal. You don't have to go anywhere near the flame. See what I mean? You can't really see it's lit, but I can actually feel the heat coming out already. So I'll let that bloom up, put the windscreen around it, then put some water on for some coffee. Well, you can probably see the clouds clearing, the sun's up, there's some blue sky starting to appear. Looks like it's going to be a nice day. I've had my first coffee and the water's boiling now for the all-day breakfast. It's a wayfarer's meal, all-day breakfast, and I've set my timer for 8 minutes, so I just sit here, enjoy the rising sun. There's a little bit of condensation on the outside of the tent, not much. I opened up all the vents last night, and I half opened the inner door on the assumption if I got cold I can always zip it shut during the night, but I never did get cold. But there is a little bit of condensation, not much. But once the sun's up, I'll be able to drag the tent over and just dry it off on the dry grass over there. Just sit here, wait for that to boil. Just absolutely love this place. I'm so glad I came here actually. I wasn't sure with the website and the booking procedure whether they'd want people turning up and paying, but it was absolutely fine. I did say to her I didn't want to book because that way you commit yourself, and if anything happens, punctures or breakdowns, anything like that, or just slow progress, you know, I don't want to have people waiting around for me and then I don't turn up. She said no, that's absolutely fine, you can book online if you want, or just turn up and pay if there's room. They'll gladly welcome you. Just gone 10 a.m, that's quite early for me these days, all packed up. So just got to take the guy ropes down, pegs, put them in the back pocket there. Got my rubbish I'm going to dump on the way out. Got a route back, it's 31 miles today. As I referred to yesterday, I go very close to Kellaway's down in the Draycott Benefice. So I'm going to go to that church and see if I can get in today. I'm hoping, being a Saturday, it may be open. If not, it's just going to be a third attempt. But at least I now know if I ring the office, it's got to be Monday to Thursday. So I may get the stamp today, who knows, I may not, but otherwise it's just a nice pleasant ride, pretty much back the way I came actually, without all the detours obviously to the churches. It's about 10 miles less, so it gives you an idea of what I did to get to the churches. Anyway, gonna let the Garmin's pick up the satellite signal and I'll be off. Just called my darling wife to let her know I'll be home about 3-4 o'clock this afternoon. It's warm already. I managed to get the towels dry. I just moved my bike slightly so it's facing the sun. Everything's all packed away. Hope you've enjoyed coming along on this one. Next video will be my Thankful Villagers cycle tour. That'll be in about a month or so's time. It'll give me a chance to do the tour, get home and edit all the videos, etc. So I'll say bye for now. Thanks so much for watching, unless I get into Kellaway's church, in which case I'll add that on now. Otherwise, thanks for watching. See you soon. Okay, I'm back at St Giles, Titherton. Let me just tell you, short story, what a complete idiot I am. I routed the ride home to come by here and I thought, being a Saturday, it may be open. I may even ask people if they're about, do they know where the local key holders are. As I came through Christian Morford, it's one of the other Athelstan Pilgrim Way churches in this benefice. I've been there last video on the part 5. And I knew there was a post office there. I thought I'll get myself some lunch there, which is where I got that. And so it was really hot by then. I thought, oh, I'll have an ice cream. And then I thought I might as well go down the church, even though I'd been there before. I got the stamp. The churchyard is absolutely lovely, so I thought I'll go down there, plenty of seats, have my ice cream there. When I got there, there were some volunteers, some ladies, 4 of them I think, or 5, and they were really friendly. Asked me what I was doing, where I'd come, and told them I was riding Athelstan way. Anyway, once I'd had my ice cream, I went in the church and they were really helpful. They gave me this board with the timeline on, where it explains a lot of the architecture in there actually, because I was puzzled by some of it. And then I said I was popping down Kellaway's. I was hoping to get in on a Saturday maybe, or see if there's any local key holders. And they said, take the parish news. It is for May, but the information in there is relevant for all year round. They said the 2 key holders are not nearby, they're both in Chippenham, and there's the contact numbers in there. And I thought, oh, I feel a bit of a fraud ringing up key holders to come out of Chippenham just so I can gain access here. And they said it's really worth going in, it's a lovely church. And also she said, or you may want to come out on a Sunday, second Sunday of every month. There's a service there. She said you don't have to come to service if you don't want to. It's between 9 and 10. Come just a little bit before, or maybe a little bit after, and they'll let you in and show you around, and you'll find the stamp. So I just sat here having my lunch and staring back at the road, and I'll show you what I discovered. I was just sat looking back at the traffic going along, and I thought there's a little box on the back of the sign, and I thought, oh, I wonder if that's a key security box. And then I saw there's something red on top of it. Bear in mind, this is the 3rd time I've been here, but only just spotted it. It's the box with the stamp in. Athelstan Pilgrim Way, and there's the stamp. What an idiot. Anyway, that really is the end of the video. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.